David Landers. I'm the band director at Templeton Middle School as well as Templeton High School, and I'm pleased to serve this year as the president of the SLO County Band Directors Association. Now, before we get down to business, I want to take care of some business. First thing, silence your cell phones. I know we've all thought about that, right? It's 2024, and everybody knows that stuff now, but we don't have like a fancy movie trailer to tell you to turn your cell phones off here. No flash photography. There will be opportunities at the end of each group to take pictures. We'll have each row stand up individually, so no matter where your child is sitting, you'll be able to get a good shot of them. Let's see here. This evening's concert is being recorded by the Performing Arts Center, and we will have that recording available on the website early this week. So keep checking back to slocbda, slocbda.org for that. After the concert is done, please wait in the lobby for your child, or if you see a kid that you like better, just take that one. No judgment here, so I know some of these kids. So, yeah. We would like to thank Mariah Jordan at the SLO County Office of Education. She's been instrumental in helping us on the financial side of this whole endeavor. I'd like to thank our longtime percussion manager, Mr. Zach Hubbard. He's been doing this. I just asked him backstage, how many years have you been doing this? And I don't know, at least 10, 15 years. Zach's been around for a long time. And we'd also like to thank Mr. Clint Bryson and Brent Malta and the crew of this beautiful theater. How many people, this is your first time in this room? Raise your hand if this is your first time in here. Wow, all right, cool. How many of you, this is your first time on this stage? I mean, not counting today, like how many of you, this is your first time performing on this stage? Wow, all right, so a bunch of you performed on this stage before, right? Cool, yeah, all right, good man. Now, let's see here. Oh, and also I'd like to thank our head usher, Cindy, and her legendary crew of bouncers. Be on your best behavior. 4 of them are retired mixed martial arts fighters, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. But it's not the ones you think. The honor band has been going on for I don't even know how long. We have some old programs that we have back in the back there that back from the 90s, but I know it was going on long before then. I came to the county in 2002. I started at Templeton. But just out of curiosity, do we have any honor band alumni? Any SLO County honor band alumni? Stand up if we have any honor band alumni. Let's see it. Very cool. All right, now I'm going to put some of the older ones on the spot. How long has this been going on? Anybody know? What year did you all do it? I'm looking at the older people who stood up. What's that? 77. Wow. Okay, so it's been going around for a while. And where did it didn't used to happen here. It just came around in 95, I think. Where did they used to do it? At Cuesta. Okay. Oh, when it was at the backside of the campus at the Armory or whatever that is. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So long history of the honor band. Do we have any school administrators, board members, superintendents, any of those in the house tonight? If you would please raise your hand or stand up so we can thank you for being here. Now, do we have any teachers? And I'll talk about band directors. We'll point them out later. But any teachers who have taught the people that are up here? Let's see. Stand up. All right, and then finally, parents, grandparents, and guardians of anybody that's on the stage or in these front 2 rows, stand up. There should be most everybody else in the house. Right on, good. So I'm glad that you're all here. We're going to have a wonderful evening. We have a nice program prepared for you. I would like to now bring to the stage one of the chair people of the junior high honor band, the band director at Laguna Middle School and Las Osas Middle School, Mr. Troy Cooch.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for being here. When I was working with the honor band this last month, I've been thinking to myself, what's the purpose of honor band? And I came to the realization that honor band is a celebration. It's a celebration of you as the community and your support for the arts. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the arts. Honor Band is also a celebration of our schools that still offer music in the classrooms. That's important, it's valuable, it's needed, and thank you to our schools for allowing us to continue with this. Ultimately, Honor Band is a celebration of the students on stage. These students are passionate, they're hardworking, they're dedicated, they're a bit squirrely, and they're very musical. So tonight's really a celebration of them. The band behind you is comprised of all of the different schools in the county. They auditioned about a month ago, had a couple rehearsals together, and they represent the best of each of our schools. In addition to County Honor Band, we have a student, Miss Naomi James, who auditioned and got accepted to the state's most coveted scholastic band, which is the California Music Educators Association All-State Band. So she would please I've been with the kids Monday, Tuesday, and today, just watching their growth, and it's been nothing but remarkable. And a huge reason they have developed so profoundly over the last 3 days is because of our guest conductor, Mr. McKeown. Mr. McKeown is an incredible musician and an incredible educator. When I met him on Monday and I asked what I should highlight about his career to all of you, he was very nonchalant about it. He told me to tell you he's been teaching for 22 years. And then he paused for a second and said, please highlight the fact that I taught elementary education for 10. Because if you know anything about teaching elementary music, there's a special place in heaven for those people. It's incredibly difficult to be an effective elementary music teacher, and he was one for 10 years, and that really goes to show his ability as an educator. And I watched it firsthand with these kids for the last 3 days. He's kind, he's compassionate. He brings the best out of students. So we're really lucky to have him. Mr. McKeown is currently running the Santa Monica High School Band. It is one of the most prolific and successful programs in the state of California. Last year, they traveled Ireland performing in different parts of the country. Before that, they went to Rome, Italy, and they performed at Carnegie Hall. They routinely are one of the top ranked marching bands in the state, among other things. In addition to running a massive program in Santa Monica, he concurrently directs an ensemble at UC Irvine and Santa Monica City College. We're so lucky to have him, and I'm really pleased and proud to present Mr. McKeown.
That's not easy. And I don't know, for me it's so much fun to conduct, because sometimes you get to conduct the music, and sometimes you're just holding the fort down. There's a little bit of combination of both of that. It was so much fun. And I'm so proud of these students. It's been a real joy these last 3 days to put something together. I really wish you had seen the process, to see where it started and where it is now. It's been a great journey. And that's what the first piece was. The program is a little bit out of order, so I'll give you a little bit of background. The piece was Sunchaser, which has the idea of traveling west and going as fast as possible, whether in a flight or in a car, so that you're trying to beat the sun so you don't lose a day of travel. And that's by a great composer named Brittin. We are now going to move on to a piece called Terracotta Warriors, which is probably the greatest title ever of a piece, right? And so I want to give you a little history, just a little bit of the Terracotta Warriors. And does anybody, show of hands, anybody know what Terracotta Warriors are? Ooh, awesome, we have some history buffs, great. One of the things that I found, the Terracotta Warriors here were inspired, this is from Scott Watson, inspired by a spirit army of clay statues, so little dolls, numbering more than 6,000 that were created in the 3rd century BC for the first emperor of China, and they were discovered in 1974. I didn't know that. I was when I was born. And I didn't realize that it was something that was just found recently. And so what the music is, it's kind of like a programmatic piece that tells a story. And the music is going to begin with this brief little folk chant. It's going to be played beautifully by Rio on the flute. And this folk chant is going to be summoning our army from centuries-old sleep. They've never heard this story, by the way. So, from centuries-old sleep, the faithful warriors respond, coming to life to protect their emperor with musical representations of uniform marching and weapons display. Can we hear just the marching sound right here? Again. Louder. Ooh. So that's going to be our representing our faithful warriors, and this Terracotta Warriors captures the legend and grandeur of the Qing dynasty with a striking and unique piece for a band. And it also is going to feature our percussion section, so give it up for that. Parents or anybody out there, how many of you played in like your middle school bands? All right, so maybe this little story will reflect with you as well. When I was in middle school, I'm coming from, some maybe my bio, I came from Northern Ireland. I came from a really kind of tough part of Ireland and moved to beautiful Santa Monica, California. You're like, what is this? And I wanted to become an American citizen like right away. Like I really wanted to become American, and being in a school band gave you that opportunity. Like playing a clarinet and somebody giving me an instrument in elementary school was just a godsend because I was pretty good at it. And all of a sudden I got to play really fun stuff, you know, your hot cross buns and all that stuff. I loved it. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Who's Aunt Rhody? This is fantastic. And then in middle school, like you get a little bit better, and then all of a sudden you get to play a piece that's like from your time, right? Like there's a piece like, oh my gosh, we get to play this. We've made it. And that piece when I was in middle school was The Glory of Love from Karate Kid Part 2. Yes. I am the man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you're thinking of. Right? And so for some reason that's always stuck with me. And my middle school director was such an important part in my life. He's now a great friend of mine. He's retired. We were colleagues. He's one of my good friends, and he just really set me on that. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is because I wanted to pick something that was kind of from the kids' time. They might remember Terracotta Warriors and some of these pieces, but I knew they would remember this. And at first it was kind of, we'll do this thing from Barbie, right? And it's what was I made for, right? And I thought, I might get a reaction. I think I get some reaction from the high school students right now, right? Oh my gosh. But the more I thought about it, if you get a chance, the music itself is really a good melody, but more importantly, the lyrics of it are really genuinely beautiful. And if you look at it, it has a lot to do with mental health. It has a lot to do with like what it means to go through challenging things and respond from that. And so it's going to mean one thing when they're in middle school, and hopefully it'll mean something later in life as well. And it was just such a pleasure, and they're playing it so well. So that's why I picked it. It's just been a real pleasure to put together, and you're in for a real treat. It's also going to feature, again, on a flute solo by Rio. So please enjoy What Was I Made For? together and you realize it's really a short concert, and I've really been holding on to every rehearsal. Every rehearsal got better, and I'm just so proud of them with all their efforts. This is not easy what they're doing in a short amount of time, but you can tell that they care. That's the most important thing. Before we get to our last piece, yes, we're there at the apex of the evening, Squirrel Chase. I mean, these titles are the best. So before we continue on, I do want to I know there's going to be a lot of accolades later and thank yous, but I definitely want to share my thank yous with a few people. First off, thank you so much for the district for inviting me. I do come from a really strong music program, and it's nice to go to another program and see so much support. So I'd like to thank our incredible teachers who are doing tremendous work. Please join me in thanking all our middle school, high school teachers. I'm a parent, and my son is a 17-year-old, and I'm so proud of him. He chose to play the clarinet like his dad, and I've been on this side so much, and it's been a really great lens to look at and see what it means to go and support your child in these honor bands. I was lucky enough to go and see my kid in 6 all-states and 6 all-southern honor bands and orchestra, and it's done. He's a senior, and we've created great memories, and that would not be possible without all of the parents and all the families, all the aunts, the uncles who have just really been there for their child on stage. So I'm going to ask the students to join me in thanking all your parents and all your family for their support. Give it up for them. It was mostly genuine. There was one sarcastic applause, but and last but not least, these kids are so much fun. It's amazing to see what they're like backstage versus what they're like on stage. It's been so fun to get to know them a little bit in these last 3 days, and they know. Like it was a compliment today. When we were done at 12, I said, "Can we just go for like 2 more hours?" And a couple of kids went, "Yeah!" And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." And it was just such a pleasure in the short amount of time to put something together that was really, really fun. So I am so proud of them, and I just want to thank them for trusting me in the repertoire that we picked and the journey that we went through during this. So would you please join me in giving them another round of applause? Thank you so much. And now, before we perform, the reason why I picked this is for one reason. There are a lot of studies out there that are talking about the importance of music, and we know it. It helps with math score. You know what else helps with math score? Learning math. Yeah. Okay, but what's really important, not only are they learning all these skills, how to problem solve, how to do things together that doesn't have an app and all that, it's also really fun. And that's the most important thing. So my reminder for the parents, for everybody, please make sure if your child is saying, "Hey, I'm not sure I want to do this," just keep encouraging them or extrinsically motivating them to continue in music, because what they have in front of them in high school is going to be phenomenal. And so that's why we have Squirrel Chaser. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, enjoy.